Hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. What on earth did I just say? I was reading something in my chat and trying to digest the words and my brain just went total autopilot. Welcome back to another live stream on Twitch. I apologise for the derpiness, you know. Great start to the stream, great start to the stream. We're going to do a bunch of errands and little bits and bobs. I don't have much of a plan. I usually like to stream with more of an idea of what I'm going to do. But we're going to like roam around the shopping area and have a look for some things to do there. I've also got a list, like I keep flying past this thing and thinking I need to take this down. So going for that. Creature of habit, huh? Says Tasks Nick. Well, maybe. Maybe it's habitual to say that, although, you know, it's not too often that I start an episode of Hermitcraft and say that. It's more often that I start a live stream and say something entirely different. Am I going to do my gardening tasks? I don't know what my gardening tasks are, so probably not. We got noises in the ear. Oh, do you mean like in the shopping area? Yeah, the gardener, right, the gardener, of course. Aiden the Weird Kid is here for 6 months. We got Isa Clambo here for 24. No, not for 24. That's your name. Wow, my brain is just not working at the moment. Arister Mo is here for 7 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. I just had dinner. I had a massive bowl of bangers and mash. Haven't had bangers and mash in forever. Decided to have bangers and mash. I am absolutely stuffed. Now I'm sitting down, not standing, sitting down, play some Minecraft. I've been using the standing desk like non-stop, totally into it. Can do it all day long, but I keep getting these weird like lower back aches. I used to get them in a more uncomfortable way when I sat at the computer all day. And standing helped get rid of those sorts of pains. I think maybe now I just need to change it up a little bit. So I thought I would sit for this live stream, which is always nice. Bangers are sausages, yes, for those asking. Bangers are sausages. Bangers are mashed potatoes. It's an English classic, okay? And I can't remember the last time I had some, so I had some. It was good. With a bit of gravy, onion gravy. Fly! There we go. Technically, this drowned farm over here is sort of not finished yet. When I was reading my comments on that episode, I don't remember getting too many about this, like which one to go with. I'll have to go back and check. Or I could just leave it like so, really. Either way, that's another little thing. But so many things have been done now that I'm looking around this place and I'm feeling like, yeah, it's kind of got, you know, maybe it could have 1 or 2 more towers, but I don't have a reason to build the towers. So it's kind of getting there, and we're ready to start a new big project real soon. Slump shoulders, not a straight back, can have an impact on posture, says Extra Happy. I'm pretty sure my posture is really good. I stand very upright, looking straight forward, don't slouch, don't slump. I mean, I do need to check that. It's easy to think you're that way, and you got to double check it, right? Let's see what these are. Well, that one's completely empty, and I don't know why. Java Best is standing desk, sitting desk. Yeah, it's a combo. You can put it in either mode. The new desk I'm going to get will be the same, except it will be motorized, which will make it a little more convenient to move, but that's not the real reason I've got it. It's because it's bigger, goes higher and lower. I kind of have to finagle the desk a bit. You know, I've had to put in like right when I've had to raise it off the ground because I'm tall, so that when I sit, I have my feet on a cushion, and then when I'm standing up, it's not quite tall enough. So I'm getting a taller desk, both upwards and downwards, so it should be good. Let's keep on top of these noises today. Taz Fortnite is here subscribing. We got F Hickin here with a subscription for 6 months. Spiky Jack is with the Prime. Death Dealer YT here for 20 months. Maurice is gifting subs to Goosum, Ice Pick, The Great Wally, Mo Durthorter, And Fawn Val. Thank you, Maurice, for supporting our community with those gifted subs. I believe we got an Evil X joining us. Who could it be? We've got Francesca here for 6 months. Appreciate it. Real Ivy Delight here with the Prime. Licky Sticky Icky gifting a sub to Andrew. Friday Chickens. Thank you so much. And that Christopher is here for 60 months. It's Evil X in the chat. It's been so long and I've enjoyed your stuff for even longer. I'm not the most active Twitch viewer, but your recent Xisuma Says episode called Who Is to Blame reminded me why I'm a loyal supporter. Truly profound, thank you. Appreciate it, dude, appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Jack Never here with the Prime. Death Mage Plays here for 9 months. Incredible. Yeah, to touch on that, like, if anyone has been startled, interested, reacted to, you know, it's probably been all on our minds to some extent, the recent events taking place in the American capital. I did a video about that, which I think is of great value to anyone, really, who may have a take on all of that. Let's you know, let's go chuck like 10 in there. I should reset everything else. Put all these back to zeros, right? Actually, I think some of them have just been left because I couldn't be bothered to make more. It's just like, they don't sell very often. We'll leave them like that for a while. Anyway, we're doing the rounds on the shops, collecting some diamonds, all that kind of stuff. Yo X, take care of your carpal tunnel if you're buying a tall table. Well, getting the table is the idea is to get it at the correct height to avoid injuries like that. I've sort of told myself I would take the month to take a break from playing guitar and from playing like lifting weights and doing anything that aggravates it. The main thing that aggravates it is sitting at a desk, you know, unfortunately, and doing what I do for a living. So I'm going to see how January goes, and after that I don't know what decision I'm going to make, because it feels like the pains and the problems have sort of dropped down a level, but are just sort of staying at a place where they're not budging. Wow. Well, I do have some more andesite to hand now, so I'll probably bring over a box. Or let's bring some, because I don't know how much. I don't know how much in total. Rafina 222221 is here for 2 months. Rebecca 11 is here, gifting a sub to Galima Malala. Appreciate it, thank you. Miyataki is here for 52 months, and Dev C is here for 2. Appreciate it. Pablin is here with the Prime as well. Thank you so much for your generosity and support, peeps. It's always appreciated. So it looks like my strategy to buy out the competition is starting to pay off, actually, because now we need 3 shulker boxes of stone. Remember, we got a loyal customer base here. Might be worthwhile putting more barrels here. There's room for more barrels. Let's do that. Let's do that. So let's make it 4. Smooth stone 1 box. Alright, we've got some work to do. Granite, diorite we haven't checked yet. Where's the other one? Cobble. So it's like 2 1/3. Except it'll be free if we add an extra row. So, diorite, granite, we've got to check. Cobble generator tower, says Pale Ghost. Don't think I'll ever need one. But, you know, I think I'm done with the towers. 1, 2, 3, 12. I think I'm done. I mean, if I can find a good reason to build one, I'd love to build one again. But I feel like we've fully explored that concept, and we're only gonna kind of like just sort of add more to the jungle, whereas I feel like we've kind of proven the point with the jungle. It's time to move into the desert near Corrales and start to like flex some different muscles, so to speak. Everything. Wait a minute, we've only done Rock Shop. Rock Shop is me, not me and Corrales. So so far it's just my profits. We'll do my profits first. How do you have 307 levels? Been grinding for gold? Yes, yeah. Been getting that gold. We got Abby and Chloe here for 4 months. Thank you so much. Sir, thanks a lot. It's here for 54, saying, long time no see. Crazy busy times right now. Unfortunately, I can't watch your streams most of the time, but at least I can keep up with the videos. Awesome, dude. Well, always glad to have you here whenever you're here. Busy times for some of us, indeed. For others, you know, it's lockdown. Here in the UK, I do want to just put a message out there to anyone who is here in the UK. You know, I don't know if you're going by the rules of lockdown or not, but it's a time for this stuff to be taken seriously, my friends. I am looking at those numbers every day and just feeling more and more alarmed and hearing stories that the lockdown in the UK isn't being taken too seriously when it's a time to really take things seriously. This thing can get wild and out of control, and people are gonna, you know, you're gonna lose family members, unfortunately, is, you know, a potential outcome of all of this. Let's put 17 on the honey block. Oh, those are half stacks as well, aren't they? So like, I'll put a H on the end to remind me. No, not good enough. To remind me it's a H. There we go. The honeycomb was something similar. 18 stacks, 18 half stacks. There we go. Yeah, just reading chat, some people are telling personal stories about people affected by COVID. A common thing I see people saying is like, it's really serious, but no one's taking it seriously. You know, I think it's really easy to focus your attention on something bad and negative and treat it like it's the whole. Like, there is a lot of polarization in politics, as we all know at the moment. And with my recent video that I put out, which was a very middle of the ground, not trying to get into political views, take on recent events, talking about how the environment of discussion and social media changes the way we communicate with one another. This idea that everyone's crazy and you're just someone who's watching all this madness, right? I read those comments on that video, I see the amount of people engaging with it, and I'm thinking there's a lot more people in the middle, in this like reasonable area, than on the edges where things are crazy. Yeah, on the edges where things are crazy is where people get loud and they get amplified. So my reminder to Oliol is that there's actually a lot of people here in the UK going along with this. There usually is in most situations. It doesn't take a lot of people to not take it seriously for it to become news and for it to become a potential problem, right? So when I say, you know, I hope people out there are taking it seriously and we can do better than we're currently doing, most of y'all are. A lot of people are taking it very seriously and doing the right thing. Unfortunately, it only takes small groups who don't want to take it seriously and small amounts of people for the ineffectiveness to tend to creep up, right? So, you know, lead by example, walk the right path, and try and show others. But remember, there's always way more people doing good in this world than not. And it can be a little bit easier to get wrapped up in the idea that the world's full of crazy. It's the crazy that tends to take all the attention, right? You know, you'll never see a headline, "Today, millions of people stayed indoors and did as they were told," you know? It's always, oh, there's loads of people flaunting the rules over here. What do you think of the £30 food packages being sent to children that are actually worth £5 X? Not heard a thing about it, so can't comment on that, I guess. In the process of putting a food package for whoever that's for together, I guess there's interpretation of price or some deliberate, perhaps, inflation of price somewhere in there to take advantage of a situation. But it's something I just don't really know about. You know, I don't like spend a lot of time reading the news every day. I do obviously want to be informed and keep informed, but it can be draining as well, so I kind of have a capacity to put up with so much of it. There we go. I've got a hot cup of tea here, by the way. It's probably a little bit drinkable right now. Tidal EU, thank you for the Prime subscription, and Joseph Murad, thank you ever so much. It's appreciated. It's good. Good tea. There's no interpretation here. The food packets are abysmal, absolute insult to the people. No surprise to see that the CEO is a Tory donor too. Yeah, well, I don't want to get too political, but if you want to see a bit of journalism I watched recently and shared on my Twitter, you can go to my Twitter to get it. There was this video that sort of went back over the last year, all of the events that have happened and how our government has responded to it. And, you know, when they happen one thing at a time, it's kind of easy to just sort of, you know, one thing at a time, and then you don't really add it all together. Watching that video back, there are some very, very questionable things taking place in how this situation is being responded to. And I went from being, I guess, more of a, it's important that we follow the rules and do our part and, you know, go along with what's being proposed, to more of a, still all of that, but goodness me, I'm actually pretty upset about how this situation's been dealt with by our leaders. I don't want to be someone who's like, they're doing rubbish, so let's ignore them. We need leadership. We need to have a strategy and to follow it and work together, but there needs to be some serious investigation when all of this is over into how it's been handled, and if there was negligence or corruption, etc. Cronyism, says Rebecca. Yeah, that's the word that gets thrown around, right? Crony to me is like this fun word that I heard in journalism towards bands, like where they call bandmates cronies, as a sort of, I don't know, it'd be like calling your bandmates pirates, having a bit of a different name for a group or a camaraderie that's a little bit of fun. So when I hear it in a political sense, I know actually it means something a bit more severe or scathing, if you like. But yeah, the idea is that time and time again there are needs, and they are being handed over to people with no experience who are friends of politicians, and it's just unacceptable, really, and they're getting away with it. One of the really, really sad things was not getting a track and trace system off the ground. That's been a horrendous failure over here. Like, oh, technology can really help in some ways, and that would have been a fantastic way to have technology help with a track and trace app. There are definitely security issues and questions around an app like that, but most of those things can have answers to them. So I don't think it's fair to go, well, you know, it's not secure, it's not right. Like, it can be done secure, it can be done well, but they haven't done it is the problem. They haven't done it. They've fumbled. And apparently the people that made it, you know, are just some, like, company with no experience in programming, and ugh. War Garbler says, Free Blue, One Brown made a great video on how to do it with no security even necessary. I'll be interested in hearing that, because the concept of no security around a track and trace is a bit odd to me. That sounds odd because security is a part of using apps and using technology. Keep it secret, says A27 Gamer. You know, okay, so there's another concept with data management called metadata, which is where the data of things can tell you things. So, like, if you have a track and trace app that's truly private, right, you tell it you've been sick and, you know, right, if someone gets an alert on their phone, you've been in contact with someone who's sick. It's like, I've only been in contact with one other person. Do you know who it is? Maybe you've only been in contact with two, and you speak to the other person, they've been in contact with two. Like, there is ways in which data can remove that, but I believe transparency is a really important thing. If they make a track and trace app and it has a security state to it, the nature of that security should be explained to everyone so they understand it and know what they're signing up for. Doesn't, you know, because no security system is perfect and they're all going to suit different needs. So, was that andesite? That was andesite. Wait, so's that one. Wow, I didn't know I had so much andesite. Okay, well, I wanted to take a whole box of andesite over there. I could even put 2 in the shop. Let's put 2 in the shop. I'll be generous, because I know I've got a little bit more than this, and I don't plan on using it too much more right now. Yeah, so transparency for an app would be really good. Like, educate people on how data protection works and what's happening with their data, and I think you'll find they'll be a little more accepting of the situation, understanding how it's actually being handled. That's how I felt learning about these security things. Okay, so we want 12 stacks of diorite, which kind of looks like I don't really have. Oh, there you go. There it all is. You know, I thought I would have some lying around. It's not like I build with the stuff. Jeez. It's diorite after all. Ha, that's one of the other things we need. And now we've got that slow transfer because my inventory is clogged up, right? Gonna need to put some more barrels over there as well. Alright, noises in the air. We got Hi Jack, 43 here with the Prime. Senko Chan is here with a donation saying, do the loudest slurp you can do with your tea, please. Oh, well, okay then. Thank you so much for the donation. I will fulfill your request. Oh, I feel like that has the potential to go wrong and then just like go down the wrong way, if you know what I mean. I need to hear what this sounds like. Hang on, let me record. No, that didn't work. Hang on, let me one more time. Sorry. Right, I've run out of tea now. That's great. Just amuses me that it's on, because now when someone tunes in later on, I can be like, oh yeah, oh excuse me 1 second. Ah, there we go. Oh, ridiculous. Ricky-diculous is what that is. Alright, Average Martin's here for 28 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Mystery21033 is here subscribing. Katsu is here with the Prime. AzoTRM is here with some cheers and bits. Hi X, have you ever heard of Biffy Clyro? If you have, what's your favourite song? Thank you for the cheers and bits, dude. Appreciate it. I've seen them live. I've never really gotten into them or got pulled into them. But I listened to a few records back in the day and saw them at festivals and stuff, so you know, they're just one of those bands that didn't really get me for whatever reason. Thank you for the cheers and bits. We've got Eternal Chris 1 here with the Prime and H Herbs here with the Prime as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Do sound alert the slurp. I could do it. I could get a really good slurp sound and then just be like, there we go. Alpenglup, thank you for the lovely message in chat. Appreciate it. One question. Do you ever think Hermitcraft will lose popularity? That's a great question. Of course it will. Jeez. Just take any old fad from the 1800s, right? Are they still interesting? Are they still in, you know, I don't know what they were doing. Monocles. They've gone out of fashion, haven't they? They're not popular anymore. It's the way of all things. It's the way of all things. Everything rises and then falls. You're born and then you die. Hermitcraft is in no way free of that. It is purely the environment in which the world we reside in is, you know, but like, will Hermitcraft get bigger in the future? Maybe. Will it get smaller? Obviously, at some point it will. If you'd asked me, like, at different stages where Hermitcraft was going, every time I answer this question, it's going to come out slightly different, right? You're always going to have that take on things based on how you're feeling in the moment. I'd say, you know, Season 1 was just great to be a part of it, and Season 2 was just like, oh my god, I can't believe this is still going. But it felt like Season 2 was a patchy time because there was no leadership, which is one of the reasons I stepped up and said, look, we need some sort of guidance, some sort of stewardship, someone to look after the thing, steer the boat, you know. Season 2 kind of felt rocky. We had a lot of people come in and a lot of people go out that season, and it was like great for us here who are playing Minecraft and having fun and loving it, you know. Mumbo and Cleo joined that season at the beginning, and they're still here till this day. But there are a lot of people that joined and sort of flaked off, or, you know, some people just played for like a couple of weeks and disappeared. Like, it was not well run, not well organised. But then I'd say Season 3 of Hermitcraft, things really felt like they were evolving and coming together. Doc and Efo joined. Impulse joined that season. Like, we started to get a real great group together. I forget that Tango's been here since Season 2. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, we started to get a real good group together in Season 2. Or at the end of Season 2 in Season 3. And I think then Season 4 was kind of this moment of like everything blossoming creatively within Minecraft. Like, not only were we popular and were people watching, like we'd kind of become a bit more of a limelight there, just because, you know, Minecraft was well and truly dead at that point, and as far as I'm aware, there were a couple of alternatives like Cube. They were probably actually really similar size to us, but you know, we kind of had our thing going in the SMP world. Then Season 5 was kind of good, but kind of flawed. We tried to ditch the shopping area and try to do something different. We all played far away from one another. That all turned out to be, you know, kind of difficult in the long run. And, you know, everything was kind of like business as usual. And then Brian joining in Season 6 was obviously like an amazing thing, a sort of like missing part of the puzzle, if you like. Everything kind of booms. And so I'd say at the point of like, the original thing I was trying to answer was like, at which point did this surpass my expectations? I think my expectations were surpassed probably like in Season 3 and Season 4. And then 5 was like, you know, kind of just things plodding along as normal. And then Season 6, you know, didn't think we'd ever reach any kind of heights like that. Season 7, you know, just even more just like, how is this thing just still getting bigger? It's crazy. If it happens again Season 8, who knows? If it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised, but I love doing this, so, you know, I've got no complaints, right? Got no complaints. That's how it kind of feels to me. If I could draw it like a line, it's like a line that sort of bobs up after Season 2, steadies in Season 3, sort of uphill in Season 4, levels off again, and then whoosh, goes off like a rocket. Anyway, let's get more of this stuff ready to sail. So we got Bubba Fett here with some cheers and bits saying, hey X, given the choice, would you get the vaccine at this point in life? I really want to make an educated decision. I will get the vaccine in good time. I'm a little lower down the you know, the line of people that need it. By age group, I'm obviously going to be lower down than other people that need it, but also by measures of fitness and lifestyle. Like, I work from home, don't have a very social, or I'm not put in a lot of positions that, you know, would make me a air quotes spreader, right? So, and kind of further down the line, there's other people that need it first, but whenever it gets to a point where, you know, there's free space to take it, I am probably going to go along and take it. I think, you know, it's okay to be hesitant. It's okay to have a little bit of doubt. This is a very unprecedented situation. You know, pandemics, global pandemics, are something that, in a weird way, kind of should probably happen more often. Like, we've created the perfect environment for viruses to spread around the globe with air travel and whatnot. But it just, you know, kind of like quite incredible it's never happened up until now. So we can count our blessings in one way, but on another, this thing should be, you know, like the likelihood of it happening should be more often than not. So who knows, future generations might live in a society where these outbreaks are more common, and there's, I don't know, different sorts of measured responses to that. You know, I have been hesitant, but I've been reminding myself of what I believe in, and I do believe in science and the application of science. and therefore when the time is right, and it won't be straight away, more people will have taken the vaccine as well. You know, if there are any unforeseen consequences that have slipped through the cracks further down the line, you know, I think as time goes on, I'll just feel more assured about taking it, essentially. Your webcam is on, dude, says molesting food. Ah, dude, you reminded me of something I was going to do in a future live stream, but I just hadn't thought about setting it up yet. So basically I got something like really kind of cool but novel up my sleeve at the moment, and I kind of keep feeling like I need to deploy it for like some special use, you know, like, and make something epic, but like I don't have anything coming up. I think I should just start using this thing and see what people think of it. But anyway, I got something cool in the works. So yeah, you know, like, my advice to anyone who's hesitant about the vaccination is get educated on how they work. Get educated on the histories of vaccinations. Learn about previous things we've vaccinated against. Understand the process a little bit. And I believe education is a good answer to many things. Because then you'll know, you know, what it is you're getting into. So I am not really a vaccine skeptic. I think my unease and skepticism just comes from the fact that this is kind of like unprecedented times, right? Otherwise, I'm usually pretty amazed at the miracle of science and all the things that we've done with technology like vaccinations. You know, like certain things have been entirely eradicated off the planet of this earth. Think of that, you know? Things that used to plague and torture and run amok in the world for many people have been eradicated. I believe polio is pretty much eradicated at this point in time. Polio used to ruin lives for people and was widespread in America for years on end in the 60s and 50s, and then through the practical miracle of vaccination, we've found a way to beat it. But yeah, get educated, learn about immunization, virology, and the world of what viruses is, because it's all fascinating, and the more you know, the more these things make sense and your fears have rationality to go along with them, right? We got a donation here from Michael Stickle saying, hey Xisuma, how many hours have you played in this world? Could you show us some interesting statistics? How is the homemaking over going? Just waiting for the carpet to arrive at the moment, dude, then I'll get some more done. Thank you so much for the donation, I appreciate it. So, isn't like time logged in somewhere around here? Interactions with crafting table, over 5,000. My jumping game's been good this season. Now that mobs killed number, I think that's what's in tab at the moment. Oh, is that it? Time played, 102 days so far. Also, about to approach 100 episodes as well. So that number there, 72,000, that's slightly different, which is odd. Although one thing I've noticed is that statistics in the server files and the statistics in game, they tend to fall out of sync over time. Something ends up happening here and there. I don't know, server crashes, whatever. We got some more stuff to collect, but we're also, look at this. You know, I had a big sort out over here, and my shared shulker box space is doing well. I think I made the right decision with getting all of this stuff over here. I don't have to mine again to stock up the shop, and there's a plentiful amount of it over there. I think it worked out pretty well. Episode 100 of Season 7. Yeah, so I'm currently working on episode 99, and then it'll be episode 100 after that. Episode 99 is going to be a shorter one, though. It's just going to be about finishing the brewery. Bit of a mega build episode, if you like. So, a couple of half stacks to pick up. Also some beehives. I could... Like, they keep selling. Someone keeps buying those beehives, and the price is alright, but maybe I should raise it because I have to keep coming over here and breeding up the bees. I think it takes longer if the area is unloaded and the bees are now. Well, I remember that though. Let's experiment a little bit here. Let's experiment a little. When do you think you will reach episode 1000? Probably Probably after episode 998. Yeah, definitely after that episode. Nothing between that one and the next, is there? Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's the next number, right? You know, I don't know. We'll reach it when we reach it. I don't know why I'm walking through this. All I got to do is stand here. X, how many hours do you spend on a video, says Jasper? Well, it changes. The last one I've been taking days on. It's been nothing but an absolute grind, what I'm currently working on. So in one of these, I should have put some... Oh, maybe I used up all the flowers last time, and that's why we got none. Right, is that because it's night time that they don't want to come out and play? We got Scotty Hen 2 here with a subscription, and Drud Dude here for 4 months. Thank you so much for the subscriptions. Appreciate it as always. How can you tell when you're running out of time for an episode? Well, it gets closer to the time that I publish an episode, I guess, so therefore I'm running out of time. Remember to take breaks, sir. I developed RSI in my left arm and carpal tunnel in my right hand, says B5Y here. I do. I take a lot of breaks. I, you know, frequently, every hour, get up and move around and stretch out my arms and try and all of that stuff. It's just... I don't know, not really going in the right direction. A sandwich is here with the Prime. Yes, a sandwich. Thank you so much for your Prime subscription, dude. Appreciate it. What are my thoughts on an expansion of a storage system, or you believe you'll be able to satisfy you with its sole purpose? My storage system is fine. It's good. It's manual. It's not automated, but I knew that, and I'm fine with that. Like, that's the way I wanted it to be this season. Next season, I think I'm gonna go. You know, now that we can farm shulker boxes, I think I'm gonna go full shulker box next season. It's going to be all about them shulkers. So, honeycomb, 18 stacks or half stacks. So that's 9 stacks of this stuff. A little bit of counting. There's 3. There's 4. 5. And 6. So, 7. 8. 9. That is all we need. All these things have been switched off, by the way, a long time ago. So whenever I yank stuff out of there, it's all old news, essentially. Oh, I don't have a shulker box with me, which I should really have, because now we need 17. So about 8.5, right? And you need a bit of space to work with these. So I'll go grab a shulker box. And these bottles can go up here. Now, I got a feeling these bottles are locked. No, they're just fully stocked up. Wow, amazing. Will there be a new snapshot tomorrow, says Blip? That is not something that I know. I would assume so, but I would have thought there... Well, I would have thought there had been one last week, but if I thought about it a bit more, it was the first week back, so it's kind of surprised that there wasn't. The only rule of Hermitcraft is pay the right amount on the shopping district, says Jomathermic. There's other rules as well, like, you know, treating each other well. I don't know, there's nothing ever written in... There's rules, but there's nothing ever written in stone, you know. Most of the rules are just like, use your common sense. We got Uncultured Swine 69 here for 3 months. What are you most excited about with the upcoming Minecraft update? Probably just how playing in caves and being underground might be transformed and feel different. That's essentially the most exciting thing to me, I guess. That I know there's so much stuff being added, sometimes you end up losing track of it. So I'm sure there's more than that. The Oxalotl looks pretty awesome as well. The fact that it attacks other mobs though at your command, like, that's cool. I do worry though sometimes they just give They give too much power. Like they've definitely gone in the direction of farming is good, right? Let's let players farm, make their lives easier, but then I hope they don't go too far in that direction where every type of farm is just doable with one thing. Because they've definitely made things like ink farms a little easier, and you know, a bit of challenge is good. It's rewarding to get something out of something you put a lot of effort into. So I'm not saying they should make things harder. I hope there is balance achieved. Essentially is what I'm saying. Okay, how much more do we need? Four bottles? That many. Good stuff. Might be a good idea to get these going again for a little bit if they're going to keep running out. Let's... Right, that means all but 2, doesn't it? Yeah, all but 2. I think all I really want is just a little bit to trickle in, so we'll go with that. There's like 4 of them down there that are on. We'll leave these bottles in here for now. And there you go, we got everything we... Actually, why do I feel like that's wrong? No, I need one more stack, don't I? I need one more stack. Is there bottles... Ah, look at that. We have actually run out. I need more and we've run out. And that puts me 1 shy of 1 more stack. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. Do I have honey in here? I do. There you go. Yeah, just going to realise... No, I got that wrong at the last minute. Right. We can go back to the shopping area now, I believe. Let's double check that list. It's all concrete after this, isn't it? I never checked glowstone and bone blocks, but that's fine. That is fine. I want to make a creeper farm under my Bedrock Edition house, but I can't find one that's small enough. Only really big ones. What should I do? Says Disguised Lerma. Well, if you build a smaller one, it's going to be, you know, lower rates, but with time, you'll get what you need. One thing to remember, though, is that building a creeper farm, especially under a base, like, it's not so much about building the farm, it's about conditioning the area the farm is in relative to the player. What odd jobs am I doing? Says hello outside. So far, just restocking is all we've done. Restocking. Have you seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Yeah, I remember that movie. I think. Isn't it a what's his name? Michael Cera movie, or however it's said. Hey X, what is the value on the tab screen? We believe it is mobs killed, but we're not sure. We got Short Zelda 22 here at Cheers and Bits saying, recently found your other YouTube channels. Watched your most recent music review. Gotta say, I'm not super interested in metal or poppy, but I wish I was as articulate about my interests as you are. Have a good day. Well, if you wish for something like that, it's something that you got to develop. I didn't learn how to talk about music overnight. I've been writing about music for 6 years, so it's a thing, right? But thank you for the cheers and bits. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed the video, and thanks for checking it out. Yeah, for those that don't know, I do have... This is a perfect time to do an ad. I do have 4 channels on YouTube. You should go check them out. You know, subscribe if you like what you see. Right, 2 magenta. I think these numbers were sort of already in here. Should have left them there. Shameless plug. Is it shameless though? You know, is it really bad to plug? I don't think it is anymore. I think we need to change the standards on that one. What's wrong with plugging? You know, I do other things, not just make YouTube videos. Well, actually, that's weird because they were all plugs for YouTube videos, so that made no sense. Sense made? Nil. Nil sense. Hey, diamonds! So 6 of the white. 6 of the grey. And that's it. We got Joe Dragon here, aka Jod Reagan, for 9 months. Hope you're having a great New Year's, and I hope this year works out for everyone. Indeed, indeed. It's gotten off to a rocky start, but we're going. 2021, what's it all about? The sequel, you know? Ort the Wizard, thank you for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it. So, yeah, I still need glowstone. I'm not going to bother running around to stock it up. So we need, like, 4 yellow, was that? Yeah, most of this stuff, I think it was already in here, and I just haven't been bothered to make a big stock up again yet. It's not like we need a crazy amount, so that's 12 green though, 12 of the green. Wasn't green all stocked up outside? Someone's just coming in here and buying it expensive, I see. Here we go, nope. All good. Are you going to post more guitar videos, says Pine Conspiracy. I was, before I stopped playing again recently, just for the month. See how my arm is after it. My arm's like kind of aching more from sitting down at this desk than it is from standing, I've got to say. Need to stretch it out again, but I don't know, like I was playing and having fun. If it's going to be fun to record, I might, but yeah, I ain't going to push myself to do anything. It just, something like that might happen one day. Let's go and do a 5 on the red. Bam. Yeah, not surprised to see that. So 18 there. Whoa! Whoa. That's like 45. I think the last time I stocked up I made crazy amounts of that because... Whoa! Jeez. Oh my days. Where does it all go? That'll be 53 on the grey, so 59. Oh my goodness me, we're going to have to make up some boxes, peeps. We're going to have to make up some boxes. 3 on the black. That's it. That's it for those colours. Cool, all good, all good. Here we go. That is my one. B-Rallis, jeez. I was about to say, that is a lot of profit, and then I'm like, yeah, but you're putting it in the wrong one. So we can put a little bit of white in. Oh wait, we've got quite a lot of white ready for restocking, and some green. Green was definitely on that list, wasn't it? I think we needed 12 of those. Yeah, let's go ahead and put all this green and white in there, and then we'll figure out how much white we need in total from there. And the green was down below. I tweeted you the link to the no security contract tracing video. Cool, thanks. I'll check it out. During Scar's minigame, the Hermits decided to keep inventory on. Yeah, that's right. Scar's minigame kind of needed it, and it hadn't been considered, so, you know, rather than create a whole bunch of headaches, we were just like, you know, it's for an event, it's cool. Right, one thing I've definitely managed to do is not count how much white concrete we actually put over here, but I think we'll just make up what's in the list because it's so popular, right? Got to check bone blocks and then we're out of here. What's my favourite song to play on guitar? Lately it's been the Ocean Groove songs and Pantera's... Oh, what track is it? Is that the one? No, it's It's Metal Riffs with X. That one. Oh god, I can't remember the name of it. Come on. Come on. What riff is it? Jeez, come on. You should be able to figure it out from that. Mouth for War. That's the track, thank you. See? See? Chat knows. Toad knows what I'm on about. Oh yes, the Dun 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 Wah Wah song. Exactly. Mouth for War. That's I really loved playing that lately. Just the right sort of song for where I'm at playing the guitar. It needed, like, you know, getting back into it needed a bit of challenge, but need to be consistent and tight picking rhythm and getting the timing right and stuff. Like it just had a lot of like things in it that helped me tighten up my playing, and it's a great song. And for some reason I hadn't really ever played it much before either, so it was just kind of cool to throw that one in there and use that to practice. Ah! Let's eat some food. I've tried to rebuild your gas farm in Hardcore World, but I can't get the portals to sync up. You mentioned having a similar issue. What was your solution? I didn't have a problem so much with getting them to sync up. I just initially calculated it wrong. I really wouldn't recommend building that farm until Nembomb's put out his video on it, because it requires some rather precision engineering of portal placement, right? And I can't really remember the specifics of how it all lined up. It lined up in the end, but it took me a while to get there. We've got to grab some gravel and stuff. I need some shulker boxes for this next bit. That might just be too many, but we'll take them. Are you going to sell concrete bundles on the server? The other hermits... Oh, really? Buy concrete? Well, I don't see anything wrong with the current system, other than maybe it sells out a bit quick. Could add some extra chests, maybe. We got Toko and Clank gifting a sub to Thegly. Thank you ever so much for gifting that sub. Appreciate it as always. Jazzy Jeff 195 here with the Prime. Appreciate it, Jazzy Jeff. Not the Jazzy Jeff, surely not. Prince Anima is here with a donation saying... Or is it Princess? Did I say Prince? Princess Anima. Hey X, unfortunately I have lots to do and can't stay, but I wanted to thank you for the calmness of your streams. They've helped me not lose my nerves this first semester. I wish you and chat a pleasant rest of the day and generally a nice week. Thank you so much. I wish you the same. Appreciate the donation. Thank you. I'm glad I've been of help in some way. I expected there to be tons of gravel in here. Not gonna lie. I guess I emptied it already. I'm losing track of all this resource management going on, right? Like shulker boxes galore. Look, I've got loads of blackstone here. Got more of it coming through. It's filled to the brim. Got the quartz rolling in. Need more of that. Need glowstone. I think that's all been emptied out, and now we get spectral arrows instead, right? Ah, well, I need some glowstone for the shop, and I forgot that I had tons here, so we'll take this moment to grab some of it. Might as well leave that there. Whoopsie doopsie. I did an oopsie. And then we'll take some more. And then we'll take one more. Cool. And I'm going to take this. And I'm going to take that. Up, up, up we go. Right, there is something on my mind I guess we could talk about a little bit. I want to ask a question to all of y'all. Do any of you watch Chris Stuckman's movie reviews, his channel? You might know who I'm talking about. If not, the internet's full of people that got millions of followers. You'll learn about someone with 1 million followers every day. Quite a few no's and a couple of yeses. Tons of no's. Wow. I get, you know, it's not exactly a typical overlap, Minecraft and movies, right? Anyway, he's like a movie reviewer guy who I've been following for years and years and years and years and years. Just really like his content. Makes great videos. I find like if you want to watch someone who reviews music or reviews movies or anything you too could enjoy, usually a good sign is like when you can tell by how they talk about something if you would like it or not, right? And that's what I liked about his content, was just I can figure out if I would probably like this or not based on how he talks on it. So anyway, I've been following this guy for years, and today I found out he was a former Jehovah's Witness, and hearing his story was absolutely fascinating. I'm someone that believes in like tolerance and being accepting of one another, so you know, growing up, like I was less that way, and it was kind of a thing to hate on Jehovah's Witnesses who would come and knock on your door, right? And then, you know, I'm older now, I've grown up, and when Jehovah's Witnesses knock on my door, you know, I wish them a good day. Sorry, not interested, that's alright, you know, you do your thing, I'll do mine. I ain't gonna rail hate against them or anything, but after watching his video, like, it made me wonder, like, his experience sounded absolutely awful to grow up in that community, and it did make me wonder, like, I don't really know a lot about them at all, other than that people are always mean to them because they knock on your door and want to preach the Bible with you, so you get a lot of general ambient aggression, I guess you could say, towards their community, which I later on thought, well, just because they're religious, you know, doesn't mean you should treat them this way or that way. But what I saw in his video, some of the things that they practice just sounds like pretty intolerable. And I don't know, it was a very eye-opening video, and I imagine for some of you out there, doesn't sound like there's a lot of you, but if you're fans of his, like, watch that video. It's fascinating and quite harrowing. Exit Flagger says an extremist upbringing is bound to cause some damage to a person, but not all Jehovah's Witnesses are that extreme, I don't think. Yeah, that's a big problem with a lot of stuff, right? Is that you can, once you've got a group, you can have people that behave in different degrees within that group. And I don't know to what extent his experience is the same as most people's experience in that sort of community. But it was certainly just an eye-opening thing. Like one of them that gets a real bad rap is Scientology, right? Like there has been a lot of negativity put forth towards Scientology, and the way in which I've learned about that religion paints it into one of those corners of this seems generally bad, you know. Graceful's seen it. Okay, you saw Chris's video. Yeah, very eye-opening, right? Very brave thing for him to do as well, to talk about it. Especially with the consequences that may incur of him talking about all of that. Okay, we've got to start doing some of this gravel and sanding, and I need shulker boxes. As you can tell, we're chatting. I'm disorganized. I'm focused, but we'll get on it. Scientology is really not good though, says you found the Oceana. Yeah, that's what I was hinting at. I've learned about it. I've watched documentaries and movies that put it in a very negative light. What I'm trying to do is point out that, like, I don't know the ins and outs of all of it. I'm not a part of it. I've just learned about it through these resources, right? Like Louis Theroux. I think Louis Theroux did the original, like, really getting into it documentaries way back in the day, but then kind of did a movie recently that went even deeper. But there's a couple of other people that have been involved in it as well that I've seen the movies and whatnot, and you know, these critical voices around Scientology. But again, like, you can always say that thing of like, well, is that just the worst or the most extreme representing and making the whole thing look bad? I get the impression that the whole thing is like a pretty rocky community. At least to how it treats outsiders or people that leave it. Okay, we've got a full box of gravel over here. We'll grab some more. So I think what I'll just do is I'll make 2 lots of white and then cross it off the list. I've got a feeling I'm going to start using the white concrete again for my own builds soon as well. So getting a massive stockpile of this together ain't so bad, right? I learned everything I know about Scientology from South Park, says NFS Scripts. Yeah, it's good to say that because South Park is not a documentary. It is a comedy show. It's one that, you know, puts a lot of truths, puts a lot of good reasoning into the points that it makes. But understanding the context of that is important. South Park does teach good life lessons, says Maternal Father. I totally agree. I wouldn't call them life lessons as such, but I'm very in tune with some of the points they make through their show. And I love how it always comes through the guise of the opposite. Like, it always, like, puts its poignant messages in the middle of, I don't know, shocking and abhorrent sort of things. Like, almost like toilet humor, you know? Except it's using that to sort of point out the opposite a lot of the time, which is really great. Actually, that is not what I need. I can't focus. I can't focus. Golden God Nick is here for 9 months saying, "Hey X, how's it going?" It's not going bad. It's going all right. My elbow's annoying me. This is like, I haven't sat down in a while, and it's hurting more as a result of sitting down than standing up. And I felt like I needed a bit of sit down time. Maybe I shouldn't have bothered. Maybe I should not have bothered. Go in there. Maurice, thank you for gifting a sub to Graceful. Appreciate you doing that. And we got Ism-ish here with Cheers and Bits saying, "So happy you're streaming. I read too much news this morning. I was feeling anxious." Dude. Yeah, doesn't the news do that to us, right? Doesn't the news do that to you? Make you feel anxious? I've been there in a big way. I used to watch Philip DeFranco like every day. The guy, like, as a presenter, the guy has just got an amazing way of constantly holding your attention, but at the same time, like, it was just putting me in this world of he says, she says, and being upset about things I didn't even know about yesterday, and I kind of tuned out. I've tuned back in a bit recently. I feel like the show focuses less on celebrity drama, which I appreciate. More on some real world issues, but like, the news environment, man, it can really do your head in. Just like constantly being told what to be upset about, right? It's not great. And being aware of it is important, because when it starts to take a toll and make you anxious, you got to ask, is it really worth feeling that just to watch the news? Is there something better you could be doing? Is there an alternative? And you know, I talk about this on streams. Watch your news diet. Watch your information diet. Think about... Now, I say the word diet deliberately. It's like putting food in your body, you know? What happens if you eat McDonald's and drink fizzy drinks all the time? You know, your health goes in the wrong direction. If you eat those veggies, those greens, drink your tea and lots of water, you know, it goes in another direction. The same thing for everything that you interact with. So you have a diet. You have a diet of news, information, and sometimes I see people criticize and go, well, you know, don't put your head in the sand. Which is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying, like, put your head in your sand. You need to be informed to some extent. You need to know what's going on with the pandemic situation that we're going through, but you've got to put your own mental health into that equation as well, and say, this is too much, I need a break. It's important to be able to say that. That is 41234. I think I've got the right amount there. Not that it really matters, just trying to keep it all even, aren't I? Every morning I watch the news and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse because I'm in the US, says the Dougie. Let me tell you another thing then. There's always this narrative of things are getting worse, right? Things are getting worse in the world, it seems, all the time. There are other ways of looking at the world. If you don't look at the news and you look at other measures of well-being and health, things have been going in a good direction for a long time. It's not been a straight road. It's not. It's been a rocky one. There's been ups and downs along the way. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make any more white concrete than that. I think we've got more than enough. But if you tune into the news constantly, it always just seems like the worst thing ever, right? Each and every time. And it's not to say that some current events that may be abhorrent to some are not abhorrent. It's just that this is the way the news reports on things in the world. It's always getting worse, and there are actually like lots of good things that happen in the world quite often that just don't get reported on in the same breath. And you know, for the past 100 years, obviously this this current situation is different, but you know, things have been getting better for most people in many measures. Like, living 100 years ago, if you study history, if you learn about the past and what life used to be like, you'd take today over 100 years ago, so, you know, 100 times more than you would the other way, right? Like, things have gotten so much better. And when things are bad or have a negative angle to them, it's all too easy to get wrapped up in it and not think about some of the things that are actually doing all right or doing well. Need a little perspective, and that's been especially tough this year. Like last year, you know, like very hard to look at it that way when we hit a low point. But of all the chaos that we're going through, you know, we might come out from this a few years from now, and of course we would have lost people, and there's always you can always lose more, or could have lost less, should I say. But we have things getting us through this that are like miraculous compared to how coronavirus would have hit the planet 100 years ago. I mean, the internet has been a saving grace for so many people's sanity, right? It's also a place where a load of chaos happens. If you get on Twitter every day, you can find someone barking something mad really loud, right? And being angry about something. But, you know, we got more tools to get through this than we would have had 100 years ago. So even now with like government incompetence and misinformation and people thinking conspiratorially about everything that's going on, it's still probably way better than dealing with this 100 years ago. We have just so many more resources to help us get through it. Directioner says, the internet saved me from real life. That's an interesting statement, because are you saved? I mean, I don't know quite what you mean by that, but like real life is real life. Your real life is unavoidable. If something else is saving you from it, it may actually just be distracting you from it. And some things need to be dealt with. Snocky is here for 3 months. Thank you so much, Snocky. Appreciate the support. My gripe with the pandemic is not what it took away from, but what it kept from accomplishing. The too fast for you says. I feel like your wording has made it a little difficult for me to understand quite what you meant there. Is Stream Talk similar to Xisuma says? What are your thoughts on this? Is awesome, Jazza. They're the same thing. I mean, I may have just broken your brain, but yes, they are the same thing. If you didn't notice, they are actually from the live streams. I mean, this is where the Xisuma says happens, right? Xisuma says is a clip show, says Mickle Stickle. Exactly. And I haven't been uploading so much on there, and I haven't yet talked about why. I feel like I had these big lofty ambitions that I would arrive at in the future, but I'm just still not sure if and when that's going to happen. So I decided that I wanted to be a bit more poignant with what comes out on there and wait for moments where I feel like I have something to contribute, which is what I did the other day, talking about the events that took place in the capital, not in the UK, in America. I just felt like I had something articulate to say about that. That was a moment where I could say something of value that I felt was reasonable and helpful. And I think I just want to wait for more moments like that, where it feels like it's not just, hey, here's a video of X talking about something, and more like, this is relevant. I think I kind of want to wait for those moments. So you might just see a video a month. I don't know. I just wanted to do that instead and see what happens, really. Being in the first year of college, my biggest issue with the pandemic is that I could not contribute anything meaningful from home. Yeah, I understand that. Like, if you're in a situation where you want to help but you can't, yeah. I totally get that. But it's a good thing you're thinking about how can I help, you know. Skinner Puma 737 is here for 3 months saying, hey X, how you doing? Got your tea? I had my tea. The tea is gone. It was drunk. Oh, what was that? Is there more in the teacup? Oh, that slurp sounded really like the last slurp, didn't it? Let's have one more slurp. Oh, that sounds bizarrely like the last 2 slurps, you know? Really, really odd. Yeah, I'm not going to bother stocking up anything else, just like last time. I think that'll do on stocking up. We've done this all stream, so this will go back over here. We'll go drop off supplies. Did we need... No, we didn't need any bone meal, so we take these with us. And then we grab all of this and put those somewhere else. So coloured ones are going to the shopping area. These ones are going over to the concrete maker, which I must remember to end the stream at, because if I run that just after we stream, then all is good, right? People in chat are saying slurps of tea. What? What's that you can hear? Sorry, you can hear something. What? It sounds like... Well, it's not slurping because I'm talking. Okay, I can't actually slurp and talk at the same time. That's not a thing, people. Come on. Chat, get it together. Jeez. Right, let's put these down over here. I can even start loading some of it up now, I guess. Let's put all the white stuff up there. Actually, when you got a crazy amount, what you want to do, because this system is like not really, you know, designed for the mass use that I put it under, but you want to fill it up like this. Because otherwise you've got to wait around for it to fill up manually, so fill it up manually. I'm filling it up manually so I don't have to wait for it to fill up automatically. That makes more sense. But also is still confusing, which is great. I like that. I like it. We have been bamboozled, says Luna Cat. You've been bamboozled. Where is that message? I imagine a ghost sitting next to Xisuma slurping tea while the cup is just floating, says Ort the Wizard. Yes, you would have to imagine that, wouldn't you? You would have to imagine a ghost. That is what you would have to do. Oh. Interesting comment from Pig Puncher. I didn't capture the whole strand of conversation there, but some people have trivial conversations like, would Superman beat Batman in a fight? Those are like the least entertaining sorts of discussion to me. Like, I literally don't care what you think. Like, tell me something about science, you know? Tell me something about something that's part of reality and has happened in the world. I wouldn't find that stimulating, that conversation. Should we consider the USA a democracy when it doesn't adhere to the classic definition of a democracy? Wasn't it like the democracy though, like the first properly established one? I feel like a bunch of them just flung out of my face when I closed that chest. I don't know what I just saw. It's not a democracy, it's a republic. Okay. I don't know, these are just words that get thrown around all the time, right? Okay, one over here, one over there, one over there. Bam. Actually, no, I want to leave these here because I've got to pick them up later, right? I've got to pick all these things up. So we come back here at the end of the stream to do a little bit of that. Netherlands was the first democracy recorded in 922 AD. Awesome. Awesome, that's interesting to know. One thing I found really interesting about what's happened recently is first how it feels like there's been like a bit of a narrative flip over the, like it's taken place slowly but over like the last 15 years, but also how one of the things that you might have heard me talk about is how like I look at things through the lens of power, like power protects itself. So any form of attack on the institution of power is going to be perceived and defended against as being wrong, right? Which is like, it doesn't matter in what form it comes, it will always be condemned. Now I'm not saying by that I mean that the recent attack on the Capitol or whatever was legitimate or not. It's just that it doesn't actually matter what it is, the system always defends itself. And what's really weird about like the idea of the narrative flip is that when I was growing up, I was, you know, really like indoctrinated into sort of left-wing thinking and saw the world through a critical lens of power and capitalism, which I don't see it through anymore. In fact, I don't like. I tend not to try and see it through any lens other than like, I don't know, things like science are more interesting to me now because they seem like they're grounded in something. You know, science is the language of what's happening, like atoms and chemical bonds and reactions, and that's technically what reality is, right? The laws of motion and gravity and reality, all that kind of stuff. And then above that sits the world of ideas, right? We have ideas that inherit our space of mind, of what we think a country is, or what the country people should behave like. And when you get towards that ideas end of the spectrum, everything's just messy, and everyone's looking for their little. Well, I say everyone, I'm doing it again. Got to teach myself as well as all y'all. There are people out there, usually the loudest voices, that tend to look for that slam dunk line of hypocrisy in the world of ideas. You know, you said this, but what about that? You know, trying to slam dunk on each other all the time. It's a headache to put up with that stuff, but kind of forgot where I was going with this. need a second to think my head through it. I hope that this speech makes it into X says Swirlybird. It probably won't. Like I said, I'm waiting for those more poignant moments where something really makes sense. Like something happens and I've got an answer, or a take on it would probably be the better way to put that, right? Let's finish this off before we move on, because I need to finish this train of thought, right? Like, so I've seen it flip. I've seen the world of ideas flip. It used to be when I was growing up that the establishment was right-wing and the alternative was left-wing, and that's flipped. Now it seems like the establishment is in line with the political correctness ideology on the left. Not so much all the ideas are like socialism and welfare, not on board with that, unsurprisingly, but and then it's the right that is now the ones sort of peddling the alternative narrative to what's going on, whereas when I was growing up it was like totally the other way around. It's so weird to see it flip, and so it makes me think about those events that took place from that idea of like, well, if you go into the space of ideas and you don't believe that society is democratic and stuff, then it all kind of makes sense, but it's just such a weird thing to see it flip. I don't know. Took an hour-long shower. Dude, that's too long for a shower. Think of all that water you wasted. Wait, I so thought I saw a player. I think I just saw the trail of my own rocket and got confused for a second there. Zigga Brian says you shouldn't call the left as it is just covered up fascism. And there we go, you know, like, that's one of the things I don't like talking about this. It just quickly goes from trying to be reasonable and put across a perspective, and someone's just like, here is the worst possible version of what you just said about this group or that group or whatever, you know. That's why I don't like to engage with that stuff on Twitter too much, because it's not like, hey, I think there's a, you know, a line of error in your reasoning. It's always just, I disagree with you. You're a fascist, you know? You're the worst thing ever. Just always go straight to that. And so, you know, people ain't giving each other enough respect for having different takes on the world, different opinions. Oh, it's just ridiculous. Right, yeah, looking at my list, let's go check the respawn room and see if anyone's used that. I also need to repair these wings, right? Let's go do that. Do something with your levels or you might lose them. Oh, every time someone says something like that, I really do feel like just I guess there's no reason I can't, right? It's also, well, it doesn't matter actually. It's any time you can do this. So let's go and sleep in the bed. Okay, that's good. Now we can ceremoniously put everything on the ground and just look for a good spot, you know. I hope this is good enough. Wait, why did I take so little damage? No! Right, I saw a fella wearing a hat. Where are you? Help me out. It can't end like this. Oh! Oh, 307 levels, everyone! Oh, 307 levels! Oh no! Oh, what have I done? Oh, God. Oh, 307 levels. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, gosh. 307 levels. 307 levels. Oh, no. What were we doing? Oh, yeah, we're going to go check on the respawn room. Gonna go check on the respawn room. He came out of nowhere. Yeah. He came out of nowhere. How did that happen? Does anyone else like scranning on Farley's rusks? What? What is scranning? I know what a Farley's rusk is, but why are you scranning on it? Scranning on Farley's rusks. Oh, I don't know. If only you were playing in a world with the worst XP farming infrastructure, but alas, you are doomed with never enchant again. I have a question. Why did the Lytra not repair itself? Oh, someone's decided to just put this here, right? Ah, look, it gets used. It gets used, peeps. And it needs checking on every now and then, I guess. Secret entrance, don't tell anyone. don't tell a soul, peeps. Not even a soul. Ah, that's a bit disappointing. Let's go look around. Like, I want hermits to bring them back if they're going to use them, right? So we're missing 1, 2... Oh, there's also some redstone oddness here, like the lamp. Anyway, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and we got 1 kit back. And no tips! Well, there isn't anything else here, is there? And I don't know where else you might put them, unless in here. Oh, people are helping themselves to these as well. Okay, we've still got those over there. Yeah, definitely enough. Okay, it might... Let's just double check something. No, we've only got 2. Right, this one's missing rockets. So, actually, we'll just chuck that in there, right? Did it have a totem? It's got a totem, so that one can go back up there. But then I guess I got no kits. Like, there's no kits either. Hang on. So we got 3 of these up here. So, I don't know why that one was placed down. But, let's do that. So, we've got 3 unreturned kits. Ah. Well, Tango has to return a kit. Okay, so Tango's guilty. I'm going to drop a message right now. I mean, that's not how we roll here at Hermitcraft. Let me drop a message in that chat. Okay, there we go. Oh, Doc as well. Snitches, says Ash Poker. So Doc has 1, Tango has 1. Okay. And Cub is the enforcer. Right. So I might need Cub's help here. Call Tango out live. Hey, y'all seem to know who's got him. Y'all seem to know who's got him. It might be that he's on his way to drop it back off when he next goes on. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to talk to y'all about what I wanted to do on these live streams. Stuff like this, actually. Like putting in bushes and flowers. Around the edges of places like this. I don't think I'm going to do it today. I really wanted to do this for a long time. Wow, this gold block border is like an odd choice for a fence. Yeah, I wanted to come around and spend time doing jobs, and like the whole mycelium war thing was going on, so that didn't seem like a good time. And then I haven't really been over here as of late, so I kind of need to get it like back in my head. What am I going to do? For example, I see this and I'm like, well, that needs to be changed to red sand. Oh yeah, this is all red sand as well. And potentially we can make the red sand area like have a bit of a better blend with the green grass. So I don't know how you do that. Maybe using some little bits of terracotta, I'm not sure. Anyway, I guess I need to develop a list of what to do, right? So I can start that list right now, essentially. I kind of like the idea of this area having more terracotta. But yeah, essentially the red sand border is an issue to be solved, I think. The way it joins up down here, it could probably come a little closer to the edge. What is this here, though? Like, we saw that a moment ago. Ugh! Ah! My eyes! Oh, they're better. Oh, that's the sign. Okay. Ugh! Got mycelium under it. Yeah, so the red sand border needs... Again, what is this? Like... Oh, well, this is clearly an elevator. Wait, now all of a sudden the slime blocks... Ah! Ha! Didn't quite get to the next bit. Is that it? And then maybe you jump over there? Like, why is this mushroom here? Where do you go from there? Is that it? Ren's parkour. Okay, so it's supposed to be there. Okay, I'm going to add to my list, right, in this shopping area. What do we call this place? Commercial. So commercial. We need red, sand, tidy up. So we need to tidy up these red sand borders and give them transitions. I feel like it would make sense to make everything in front of this path kind of a part of that. So we'll probably use the side of these two buildings and then hide the transition just sort of between them to minimize it. Yeah, so that's something that we'll work on. We got some, you know, leftovers from a project that will get tidied up and put away. We'll fill in that gap right there. So that's pretty straightforward. That's just a case of getting red sand. I'm not sure if the mushrooms are here to stay or not. We might remove those because they're part of the mycelium, right? So then, like, do we want to put garden beds around the feet of Frankenstein? Do we want to fill in this water here? Turn it into a plot for sale? I feel like Idea would be an obvious place to improve, like just the edges. Put in some bushes. Could do that all the way around. I also got a feeling it's not spawn proof. Mumbo, your redstone's broken. This is probably not spawn proof, so all the way around Idea. I'm putting that on my list. Okay, this, not so bad, but probably needs lighting. What is the name of this one? This is also a Mumbo thing, right? Ah! Oh, get rid of it! Before it spreads. No! I don't want the block to drop into the ocean, because then it's a pain. Don't be a pain. Oh, I can do this another time anyway, so... Oh, apparently I have more... I have 3? Where did I get those from? Whatever. So, what is this? It says... Industrial Day Pass. Wow, definitely looks like there was a creeper here. And I bet it's got no bottom as well, so... So this needs a big old clean up, this building here. Yeah, there's no underneath. Oh god, there's no underneath for a lot of this. And there's a shipwreck. I don't know what to do about that. It's a lot of effort to transform it all and make it look good. We could put a ton of stone blocks, so that's got structure. Okay, then for an area like this... I don't know, like the green grass is alright. I feel like it needs more. Maybe we'll wait and see what happens with it. Mushroom grass is so lush looking, says Cobster. Mushroom grass? Is there even such a thing? Oh look, there's more of those gold blocks over here. And a gold beacon. Yeah, stuff like this could potentially, you know, do with being taken down. I kind of want to make the place start to feel a little more complete. Tidy up those rough edges and stuff. That's all burny down there, isn't it? Ah! Ugh! Okay. Yeah, I think there's no shortage of things to do. When we start to wander around, oh yeah, this area. Now, okay, now it's coming to me. So the sandy area, I want to rip out all of the grass over here. Go all the way down this space, you know, past the elytra wings to where the path ends, and make all of this sand. Yeah, because this is a really nice palette here for this path, but it's weird having the grass so common next to it. This looks kind of new. Podzol Plus. Who brought Podzol? Yeah, a little spot like that can stay. It actually fits in, like brown fits pretty well next to the sand. But all of this space, you know, everything's got to be sanded over like it is around the llama. So we'll put that on the list. And then I guess next stream, that'll keep us busy for the whole area. Because I haven't been around here lately, like, it just made it hard for me to know what to do when I stream. But now that I've had a little wander around, I know actually there's quite a bit. A little bit of moon biomage going on over here. Moon border, tidy up. So we got like quite a few jobs now. That's great. When is the next stream? I'm thinking Friday. Maybe Friday evening. Actually, wait. Friday is curry day, right? So maybe Friday day, midday sort of time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a mega curry on Friday, right? Mega curry. 2 curries, a bread, and 2 sides. And then after that, I don't think I'm going to do it again for a while. Alright, noises in the air. I haven't read them because I've been a derp. Called SDN is here for 12 months, a whole year, saying someone earlier asked if you ever thought of putting player heads with letters in TBE, and I'm interested in your answer. Anyway, thank you for all the effort you put into your videos. I hope you're getting some rest and accomplishment. Plenty IRL. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Doing fine. Appreciate it. There are no types of those blocks to put in the TBE, so I can't do that. Alphan Glow Up, thank you ever so much for the 8 months of support. It is appreciated. Or the Wizard in chat says, Xisuma, you should play Terraria or Stardew Valley. 2 completely different games, but both would love to watch you play. I played Terraria. Stardew Valley is interesting me. There's been a couple of games here and there that people play that interest me, but it's I don't know what I'm going to play next, really. I'd really like to play something with a controller, though, because I've got something cool that will take advantage of a controller that I've been wanting, like, a reason to use for a while. So, if there is another game to be played, I would like it to be with a controller. Millways is here for 2 months. Thank you so much, Millways. Appreciate it. Would you ever consider recording a casual game of Slay again? Says Xisuma Void. I actually did a while back. I recorded one and something went wrong with it. Can't remember what, but I just sort of went, you know what? I just can't be bothered. I think I goofed up my recording and didn't realise it until I was halfway in or something like that. You know. One thing you need to do is actually have a little to hand. How full are we over here? What's 7 in that one? In theory, this should all be equal, right? 61, 62, 62. So that one with 1, if we put that in and have 8 in the offhand, well, not the offhand. Actually, am I supposed to do this with the offhand? I don't think it matters what way you do it. But anyway, what you do is you turn off your sound because it's annoying. You hold down right click, you press F3 and T, and then you can Alt and Tab, and it keeps going. But anyway, peeps, we'll be back on Friday most likely for another Hermitcraft live stream. Maybe some chess in between, or maybe some chess on the weekend. Who knows? But either way, I am making concrete, and I thank all of y'all for joining me today. We will do a raid like we always do, so be sure to hit the follow button before you head out of here. And I see that Iskau is playing his Vault Hunters. I'll send you all over to Iskau next. Peeps, hit the follow button, hit the raid button in chat. And I will see you all later. Thank you for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, see you Friday, right? Bye-bye.